Hello, Tamara here, nice of you to join me and a very warm welcome to my channel. It's lovely to have you here with me today. In today's very festive video, I'm going to be showing you how to make my gift bag mini album. So this is the gift bag and this is the tiny little mini album that is inside. It's really small. It's only 3.5, so it's a really tiny album, but it's really cute and goes well with the Merry and Bright papers. Now in the video I'll show you how to make this, but I have got a separate video on how to make the gift box, sorry, the gift bag. Now I have already done a short for these, as it was one of my assignments for Graphic 45 for November, so I have already done that, but I will do a more in-depth video as well. That will be linked in the description box down below. Now also accompanying this video, I do have a downloadable PDF which I have here, which you will find on my Facebook group Memories Paper Art, and you will, once you've joined, you'll be able to download that PDF and previous videos PDFs as well. So please do come and join the group. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe on this video. It really does help my channel grow, and I do appreciate every single one of you that does. So let's get into the video, and I've got my Christmas pajamas on today because we're doing Christmassy things. So I've gone ahead and cut out my pieces already just for quickness. We've got a few score lines to do, but we'll do those in a minute. So I've cut out my little album, and as you can see, it's quite a small album, as I said, so it's not going to take very long to put together. Now if you've seen my videos before, you know how I put my albums together. I use the foundation tape, and I also use my gap guide. So I'm using the 1/4 inch guide just to get that lovely gap in between the spine and your covers. It just makes for a nicer opening book. And then just to make the sides of our album consistent, I am going to use the tape again just on the edges, just so that it looks all neat, and then you don't have extra grey boards showing out of the sides of your pattern paper. Just makes it a bit more neater. I'm just going to push that on, snip these end bits off, and then I'm going to do the short sides. I think these ones are a little bit more tricky because you put them on the top of your grey board, not on the sides. It goes on the top, and then we cut that off, and then we just miter these corners like so, and again like so, and then push them down, and we just do the next side, and then that is your book covered. And what did that take me? About 3 minutes to do. You would obviously take a little bit more time with yours, but once you've got it on, if you then just go over them with a bone folder, it will iron out any of those creases. I like to do the sides as well, the very top, just to give that more of a square look to your album. So that's my book. Now I'm going to have the side that's got the lap over of my tape. That's going to be on the inside. So you need then your hinge mount, which we've already cut, and as I said, the PDF will have the measurements. So for the hinge mount, we add our tape. Now I add the tape on all of my sides going down, so I'm going as near to that gap, my spine gap, as possible. Okay, and I'm going to do it on all 4 of those runners, like so. And then on your hinge mount, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go around all of the sides. So that's your hinge mount done. So grab yourself a pokey tool, and we're just going to take off that double-sided backing. So that's that. Like so. And then grab your glue, and I'm going to just put a line just onto that double-sided tape, just to help it, 1, get a bit of wiggle room, and 2, to help it stick really, really well. Just make sure that the top and the bottom of your hinge mount is as level as possible, because that is what we're going to use to align our pages. So let me just grab my bone folder just to give that, so that I've got something to bend that up to. And again, this one's, I normally use my ruler, but I didn't have that to hand. So that then is your hinge mount, and the hinge mount is really just to keep it nice and firm, so that it doesn't flop. So that's that. Okay, next thing we need is our hinges. Now I've done the hinges. All the measurements are on the cutting guide, so please do refer to that if you would like to make it. So on my hinges, I've done my scoring as well. So on my scoring, I'm going to attach them together. So my second hinge, I'm going to put my glue in the very center there. Okay, like so. And that then is going to fit in the center of my score lines on my hinge. Okay, once you're happy with the placement, just really burnish that down. Okay, there we go. And so that then is your hinge done. Now I am going to just fold up that score line there and the score line there, so they're like this. This is your hinge now. So the hinge can get placed in between. Now what you'll need is 1/4 of an inch this side and 1/4 of an inch on the other. Now I normally just by eye this, or I'll just draw a small line and a little line there, and just use those as my guide. There we go, we can get that in. And then on the back, you're going to glue all the way along that back there. So those 3, you've got 1, 2, 3, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of score lines all together. So you've got 2 in the middle. So add your glue. Just place it in between those pencil lines that you've done, as near to as you can. There we go. And try and make them as straight as you possibly can as well. That's it. And that's why it's really important if you use glue, because that gives you that wiggle time. Now I'm going to just burnish these down like so. So that then is your book near enough done. We've done the book. Now we need to just add our pages. Now I have done the pages already, so I've cut them up and I've scored 3 of them. I haven't scored the last one because I want to show you our score lines on that. So on the page, you're going to first of all score it at 3 1/4. Okay, score, and then you're going to bring it down and you're going to score this end here at 1/2. Okay, like so. And then what you're going to do is just fold them over, give them a burnish, and fold this, your glue tab, over and give that a burnish. But what you'll find is that it's too big. Okay, it's going to bow. So what we need to do is just trim off a smidge off of the side that hasn't got your glue tab on, and then you'll find that they will sit really flat. So add your glue. Add your glue and just burnish that down. Okay, so that's one. So go ahead and do the rest. Okay, I've done all my pages now, so they are all stuck together, and I've burnished them down as well, just to make sure that that glue has stuck. Now we have got the other pieces here, but we'll leave them until a little bit later. So grab your book, and first of all, I did forget to do this, but we can do this now. You just need to mitre the corners of your hinges. Okay, this is just going to make sure that you can get your pages on quite snugly without them having to sort of force them on. They'll slide on really, really easy. Okay, grabbing your pages. Now how I do it is the part that's got my glue tab on, I always put that to the back of my book, so that you've got the nice flat surface as you're facing front. Now I'll alternate them, so I'll have one at the bottom and then I'll put one at the top, so they look a little bit like that when you turn the pages over. So we're going to start with the back one. Now I tend to put my glue on the top edge on both sides, and I'll also put it on the inside of your page like so. You can see that there. I'll flip them together so that I transfer that glue over, and then I'll just slot it onto my hinge like so. Okay, and then just push down when you're happy, and you've got this first one, which is your last one, on straight. Okay, and then you can go ahead and do the rest. Now we've got all our pages in, we can start with doing our inside, front and back covers. So you need your pocket. So I've done one already here with my score lines, but we're going to score this, the 2 short sides and 1 long side, and this needs to be at a 1/2 inch all the way around like so. Okay, and once you've done that, we can, I'm not going to bend them yet, but we need to just mitre the corners. Now I'm just cutting up from the score line, and here I'm cutting that triangle, sorry, that square off into a triangle, and what that's going to do is going to give us a nice crisp corner. If you find that you have got a little bit sticking out, just cut a little bit off and then you'll get those nice crisp corners. Now you have a choice with this, so you can either have them where they go this way if you so wish, or you can have them where they come this way. I'm going to have mine where they face in outwards, like so. I'm just making sure I've got my book the right way. So for your first one, we're going to put it here. Now I'm going to put it as near to this gap here as you can. So get your glue, and we're going to glue all those glue tabs. Okay, quite a bit of glue on there. Okay, and then let's just stick that on. So again, just burnish that down like so, and then you can do the same for the back. Okay, that is then my 2 pockets on the inside, front and back covers done. So I think what we may do now is we might as well go ahead and do the front and back covers on the inside and do the front page with our pattern paper. Okay, I've picked my papers now that I'm going to use. Now I want to have my front and back exactly the same. I like them to match. So I'm going to go with this paper here. Now I'm going to have it where the direction of the paper comes this way instead of going across. So that's that side. And then this is going to fit just onto the inside front cover. Now if you want to add, which would look really nice, if you want to add distress ink around the edges, or if you don't want to have the distress ink, just use a pen. Now I'm using just a grey one just to hide that white core. So that is that. Like so, and then I'll add the glue on that. Make sure I get it the right way. Then we're just going to push that down. Now it isn't going to pattern match totally because some of it is in the pocket, but you could also always do it that way, which I think I might do actually. That looks quite nice. So that's my first page done. So you can go ahead and do the same on the back. Next we've got the pages. Now for the pages I might as well cover them all. So you'll need to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You need to cut 8. And again I'm going to cut them so that I've got the paper coming downwards. So that's 1, 2, 3, and you will get a small one out of that, but we can use that on a pocket one so that you put your pocket down and then that's going to hide that part there. So I've got 3. So again you can use the back. So I'll grab my glue. And then I'm going to put that in the front. I do like a good holly, I have to say. And I'll put the next one there. So I'm just inking my edges as well. And then this one, which is my small one, is just going to go where I'm going to have my pocket. Like so. So that's the next one. Then I've got one more, which I'm going to put on the back here. So that's my back one. So then we've still got the others to do. 1, 2, 3. So that's your pages covered. So let's do the pockets. So I've done one already. So bring that in, and what you need to do again, score at 1/2 inch on all 3 sides, going from 2 short sides and 1 long side, and then miter the corners like so. Push them down, and then that is then your pocket that's going to fit on like so. So add your glue. Make sure you get your glue right to the edge of these, that way they won't gap. So add it in, okay, push it down. Our second pocket is going to go onto the front page of my book. Okay, on this bit here I used one of the offcuts that were left from one of the strips, and I've just covered it with just an odd bit of scrap paper, because what I want to do is I want to actually add 2 belly bands. So I want to add one on that side and then add one on this page here as well. So now in the PDF I have said that you can score these. I've given you the score lines, but this is another way to do it, and all it is just by eye it, so that you've got your either length, your even length either side, and just fold them up like so, and then fold this side over as well. That way you're actually going to get a nice fit, so you will be able to take it on and off if you want to. And if you want it to be a little bit more tighter, just pull it forward a little bit, pull it together, and then you'll be able to take it on and off if you want to. But I'm going to leave it like that so that we can, so it's a little bit looser. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a small line so that I know where to stop my glue. So I'm just going to put my glue over like that, and then bring this down. Now don't worry that you've got the join, because 1, your pattern paper will cover it, and 2, you can always put a topper on there and that will hide that join, and then that then is your belly band that you can slide on and off if you so wish. So that's 1. So let's go ahead and do the other, and then that's your second belly band done. Now this one is a little bit more tighter, but that's okay. So that's your first one and your second. So that we've got all our pages done now. So all we need to do now is just finish up the pockets and finish doing the belly bands. Now with the belly bands you don't actually need to cover them fully, just use your scraps up and cover the top and the bottom bits. Leave the middle because we will be putting in extra photo toppers and things like that. Okay, so I've actually now just cut out my tags, sorry, my photo mats, but I've done them out of this pearlescent gold colour. It looks really nice actually. I haven't covered them yet, but I will do. But I thought what I would just do to finish off is just cover up my belly band bits here, because what I did with the belly band is I just used some offcuts, and then because I'm going to hide that, you're not going to see it, so I didn't think it would be worth covering it all with pattern paper. So what I thought I'd do is I'm going to just put that on there like so, and then add my glue. There we go, and add that on there. There we go. So that then covers that, and it just adds a little bit of extra interest to your page. Now I've also got this one here, which you can use as a journal spot. So I'm just going to put that one on. What I'm going to do is just add my glue onto this bit, onto the belly band. There we go. Like so. And we've just got one for the back. Now I thought about this one here, as this one's not too bad. You can get it going along so it comes down, which looks quite nice. There we go, just push that down. And what I might do is just add some little gems and things on there. And that one. So just got the back here. So then that is that. I might put that, actually that looks really nice on there. So let me put that there. And what I may do is actually put it so it comes up a little bit above the pocket there, just to hide that straight edge. I think that looks quite nice. And then along the bottom here you could put something else, maybe a little border or something. Aha, I've got some nice candles here. That's been a nice tuck spot. So with the tuck spot you just need to put the glue along the bottom. Add that on. And then we've got a little bit here. I could have this but cut this top bit off so that this bit isn't sticking up. I don't think you'll notice that too much. And have it there, and then have the tuck spot going, rather than going down, going to the side. Let's just put our glue around there and just up like that. And then stick that on there like so. That can go in there. I know this is a bit big. I'm going to have a smaller one. Let's just take that down to 2. There we go. It's just a tiny one that fits in there like so. And I'll just round those corners. So, and then that fits in like that. And then we've just got this little bit here, and maybe just some decorative features on the front. I might put the jingle all the way there, but I'm not going to leave that to go all the way up. I'm just going to do it there. Okay, what I've done is I've actually gone ahead now and cut out all my tags, and I've decorated them as well. So I've cut them out of a pearlescent gold, and I think it really adds a little bit of shimmer and a bit more interest to this little tiny mini album. I absolutely love it. It's such a small little bundle of joy. So we'll go with decorating the front and back cover. So I've just wrote on here my dimensions across. So we are going to go with 2 7/8. So by 3 3/8. So that's my one piece. Now because I had this bit spare, I don't know if I've got enough. I may have, so let's just go with it. So this will be 7/8, and then again 2 7/8 across there like so, and then 3 3/8. That's my back, and 3 3/8 for my spine. Now I am going to go around with my grey pen. Okay, and then we can just start to stick them back on. That's my my book covered. So now what we need to do is just to decorate, and I've just used one of these stickers and I've just stuck it onto some of that that gold card, because all I'm going to do is I just need to cut around it. I don't actually want a border as such. I just want to have the sticker so that it's a bit more 3D rather than just stuck down. And then we can stick that on. I'm going to use a bit of hot glue just to stick that down. Okay, I've actually found a square frame that I've just glued into place with my hot glue, and then I'm going to put over, as soon as I hit record it disappears. Just lost my little tree that I did. I've just this instant had it. I just took it off to glue that into place. As I say, I've lost my tree now. And then I was going to put my tree there, and then I found this 'Tis the Season, and I thought that could go just on there like so. Okay, I'm going to leave the front for a minute and just work on the side now. Now this garland was a bit longer, but I just chopped the star bit off there just so that it would fit along that side. So I'm just going to use some glue. Now you could use some foam tape just to lift that up a bit. You just have to be a bit mindful of it going into your bag. So I'm just going to add that on there. Okay, what I've decided to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of glossy accents to my baubles, and then I'm just going to let that dry. And then what I'll do from there is I'm going to then see whether or not it needs anything else adding. But I think adding these glossy accents to the baubles will really help this tree come to life. I think that is all of them. And I'm going to add some to these berries that are in the background as well. And then I think I'm going to leave that there, and then hopefully when it's dried we can have a look what it looks like then. Okay, my glossy accent has dried now, and it looks really nice, I have to say. I just love glossy accents on your projects. It really does make things pop. So this is the album that we've finished. So all I've done is just decorate my tags, and I've just added some of the offcuts on one side, and then I've just used this really pearlescent gold, like a brushed gold I would call it. It's really nice, and it goes really well with this tiny little mini album. And on this one I've decorated both sides of my tab, my photo mat that goes inside the page, and then just here. Now what I am also going to do is I am going to glossy accent each of the pages as well, but again that's going to take quite a while because I can only do 2 pages at once. So I will put up photographs when I've finished that. So that is my little mini album that goes into my gift bag. I've made 2, and I'm really pleased with how they've both turned out. So thanks again ever so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. It really does help my channel grow, and I appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to go and check out Graphic 45's Facebook and all their socials, as well as their YouTube. Lots and lots of tips and tricks and inspiration from all of the ladies and gents on there as their brand ambassadors. So wherever you are in the world and whatever you're doing, please have a most amazing day, and I will see you again on the next one. Bye.